Hey guys, welcome to week 4. So week 4 was a game changer for us. Week 4 was, as I read chapter 4 of Esther, it pretty much spoke about when everyone got the news about the proclamation that was made. And with the proclamation, they pretty much said, okay, this and this date is being set. On this day, we're going to eliminate all the Jews because one guy refused to honor him. He decided to eliminate them. And that's the way a lot of things work, is that during that time that we were going through, that we were trying to take care of, pretty much preparing for this transition, that we were not only fighting our own minds, our own hearts, we were losing people around us. We were looking at each other. We didn't know how to react to each other because it was just so much going on at one time, which it always is. When God is doing something, when there's something in the works, when God is bringing about a shift in your life, it just seems like everything just kind of goes crazy at the same time, and you're just having to take in a lot. And so during that time, my husband and I were just really Hey guys, welcome to week 4. This is chapter 4 of Esther. In this chapter, for me, this was a time that was very pivotal for my husband Derek and I, because there was so much going on and we were really just trying to make sense of everything in our mind. We were in a place where God was trying to prepare us both individually and together for this huge transition that we were about to embark on. Not only that, but we just felt like so many people were leaving our lives, so many things was happening, as far as drama was concerned, as far as people's opinions about what was going on, that we were really just trying to survive at that point. We were trying to survive individually, and we were getting to a point where it was bothering us so much, it was hurting us so much, it was torturing our minds so much that we were just slowly starting to split apart. And as we spoke about in the previous weeks, God was trying to bring us to where we would come together and we would form a more solid union in preparation for our move. But we were so busy focusing on so many things, on all the wrong things, that we were kind of growing apart as opposed to coming together. And so in chapter 4, they speak about how this proclamation comes out now. And in the proclamation, they pretty much set a D-Day for these Jews. They set a D-Day for the Jews. This day comes, everyone goes on a killing spree. We're going to get rid of them because the one person couldn't honor me. I want everyone gone. And so in that time, Mordecai goes to Esther and he sends word to her like, okay, we need to do something about this. We need to pray about this. We need to fast about this. You're the one in the kingdom. You're the queen now. You're here. This is your home. This is your husband. This is your husband's friend. You need to go in there and do something. And she was looking like, you got me messed up. You got me really messed up if you think. Because I've seen what happens when people just go up in there without permission. When people go in there and they try to take a stand against the king. I've seen what happens. I'm not about to do that. I've come a little too far to sit here and do it. And Mordecai had to kind of step her into place. He had to, do a little slappity slap in the face. Like, look, this is what you're here for. This is what all this is about. God placed you here so that when this time came, this is what you're here for. This is what you were made for. And, it really kind of hit me because he was like, you need to take care of this. You need to step up and do what God made you to do, because if not, he can push you aside and bring somebody else up in your place. But either way, I know the God I serve is going to deliver us. So whether you step up and do what he made you to do or not, we're going to be delivered. And that was the thing, was that we had been going through so much that we literally just got to a breaking point within ourselves. And I kept on kind of moving back and forth, where I was praying, but then I was like, Lord, it's getting harder. I don't feel like I have the capability to pray and to do everything that needs to be done to bring us to this point. And God was like, look, I have this huge plan for you guys. There is a dry land that is needing the living water that you can provide, that I can provide through you. Now, are you going to cower back and decide you're not good enough for this? Because let's get this straight. You're not good enough for this. You by yourself, you can't do this. But you, with me inside of you, makes you limitless. And so I had to get to a point where it was like, okay, I'm either going to step up and do what God called me to do. We're either going to come together as a family and make this decision and start really praying and preparing and doing what God placed in our hearts to do, or we're going to step back and we're just going to have to take whatever comes, because now we're outside of the will of God. And so we got to a point where we looked at each other, my husband and I, and we were like, look, obviously God is doing something. We don't know what. We don't even know where we're going. We don't even know what's going to happen. All we know is God said, you're about to get up and go. And I'm going to need you to put on your big boy and big girl drawers on. And I'm going to need you to just get up and go. Stop asking me questions. Stop, waiting for certain things to come into place to do something. Because you learned in the first transition, you can wait all you want to. But until you decide to give me a full obedient yes, you're going to be waiting for a long time. And so we had to get to a point where we realized either we're going to do this and we're going to get everything that God has for us, and we're going to just step into this destiny that God has for us, or we're going to step back and we're going to do nothing, and we're going to miss out on probably one of the greatest adventures of our lives. And you know what? We'll probably end up getting a front row seat to see whoever God sends in our place. And so we had to make that decision. And we just looked at each other, and I said, okay, God, enough of this. I can't be scared, because if I go into prayer and I'm still scared, then I'm still not giving him my all, because there's still something that I feel like I need to control. There's still something that I feel like God is incapable of. And so we got to a place where my husband and I, we not only prayed individually, but we began to come together to pray. We began to unite, and it sparked something that I think is pretty awesome so far. So that's it for this week, but I will see you next week, and I pray that you have a blessed one. Bye.